the United States is teetering on the edge of a chasm it can't seem to bridge. After the shocking assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, the nation faces a question that feels both urgent and impossible. Can America escape its escalating cycle of division and violence? This week has been particularly brutal for the nation, with many wondering if the country will finally choose unity over chaos, or if it will double down on the toxic polarization that defines modern politics. Utah Governor Spencer Cox, a rare voice of calm in a storm of outrage, has pleaded for Americans to log off, turn off, touch grass, and do something kind. But his message feels like a whisper in a hurricane. Most Americans I've spoken to since Kirk's death don't believe the nation will follow his call to action anytime soon. Why? History offers a grim answer. 14 years after a Democratic congresswoman was shot in Arizona, and 8 years after a Republican congressman was killed during a baseball practice, the country still hasn't learned how to heal after tragedy. Even the global pandemic, a crisis that should have united people, turned into a battlefield of blame and division. And this is where it gets tricky. The system itself is designed to reward division. Politicians who appeal to the extremes of their base, not the center, are more likely to win elections. Gerrymandering, the gerrymandering of districts to favor certain parties, ensures that compromise is punished and radicalism is rewarded. Meanwhile, social media platforms thrive by amplifying outrage. The more extreme the content, the more clicks and ad revenue it generates. Governor Cox, then, is an outlier. After Kirk's death, he called for a digital detox and community action, urging people to reconnect with humanity instead of hashtags. He sounded like someone from the 1960s, when the nation grappled with its own violent past. Presidents assassinated, civil rights leaders murdered, and a country on the brink of collapse. Yet today's crisis feels different. Cox squarely blamed social media for the rise in political violence, calling it a cancer that has poisoned society. Every assassination in the last 5 years has been directly influenced by social media, he argued, a claim that has sparked fierce debate. Elon Musk, CEO of X, formerly Twitter, responded by accusing the radical left of celebrating Kirk's murder, while downplaying the role of his own platform. While the discussion on X can get negative, it's still good that people are talking, he wrote, a statement that only deepens the controversy. But here's the twist. The real problem might not be left versus right. Experts like Rachel Kleinfeld of the Carnegie Endowment argue that the current divide is less about ideology and more about a breakdown in the ability to govern. It's like a bad marriage, she said. Pointing fingers doesn't fix things. What we need is courage, and we're not showing it. The path to reconciliation, if there is one, remains unclear. Political analyst David Drucker admits it would take a leader of extraordinary strength to call a truce. But both sides have to agree first. And here's the kicker. Donald Trump, a figure who thrives on conflict, has doubled down on the blame game. Radical left violence is the problem, he declared, a stance echoed by White House officials who vow to dismantle left-wing networks. Yet, data complicates this narrative. Studies suggest that right-wing extremists have been responsible for more politically motivated killings in recent decades, though more research is needed. Still, the president's framing of Kirk's death as a radical left attack has already deepened the divide. Optimists like Joe Scarborough and Senator Raphael Warnock argue that America has weathered worse. We've moved past Vietnam and Watergate, Scarborough said. We'll do it again. Warnock, a black Democrat who once had to give up his bus seat to a teenager in the 1950s, now sits in the Senate. Our story is always more complicated than the headlines, he added. But complexity doesn't erase the pain. As historian Ken Burns noted, history never repeats itself, but it often rhymes. Today's divisions rhyme with the past, but the stakes feel higher. Social media, with its algorithms that profit from outrage, has created a new kind of toxicity. America's adversaries, China, Russia, and others, exploit these fractures, knowing the nation's internal chaos is its greatest vulnerability. Former Defense Secretary Bob Gates once called internal division the third greatest threat to U.S. security, after China and a declining Russia. And yet, the country keeps making it easy for them. The question remains, will America choose healing over hatred, or will it let the algorithms and the extremists dictate its future? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe social media is the root of the problem, or is it something deeper? And if unity is possible, who will lead the way?